This video is brought to you today by Simple to Me. I will talk a little bit more about Simple to Me as we proceed in this video. But if you clicked on this video hoping to find how to drastically reinvent, rebrand, or recreate a new version of yourself, just like I did, and I ended up changing my life entirely, you are in luck because I plan on helping you do just that. The video is literally for people who feel like what they've been doing for so long now is really not just helping, it's not working, life is not lifing, so it's time to change a few things, and definitely it's time for a fresh start. Thank you, Simple to Me, for sponsoring this video. So let's just get into this video. So what is this reinventing oneself all about? Reinventing oneself is basically a personal and a transformative process or a journey. But let me warn you that this journey is not meant to be easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. You will really be required to make a lot of intentional decisions, and this can be both internal or external to various aspects of your life. And before I proceed, some of the tips that I'm going to share in this video I've learned from the 2 times award winner, Russian McDonald's. He is the executive producer for a lot of TV shows. To begin with, you can't fix something you don't know. The first step to changing anything is to determine what that thing is to begin with. So understand what your insecurities are. I would say grab a piece of paper and write down the areas that you are struggling in. Say for example, you are a student and you struggle to focus. Your issue is alcohol and you drink too much. You're someone who procrastinates a lot. Or you're someone who is not confident. Everything is going on well, but you have anger issues. Get a piece of paper, write down some of these things, because that will be the beginning of where the change has to start. Without knowing what you want to change, you won't be able to change anything. So this first step will be different for anyone. Once you've determined all your insecurities or the things that you actually want to work on, the next step will be to rebrand yourself. How are you going to rebrand yourself? You're going to ask yourself some questions. Now I know myself. I know the things that make me feel good. I know the things about myself that I am happy about. But what are the things about me that people are not happy about? For example, my brand is Zaria Young. I know what's working so far with Zaria Young, but I do pay attention to the things or to the corrections that I get from the public regarding the brand. Even with creating videos, each time I create a video, I take time to read all your comments, and I take these comments to heart a lot because they help me modify my brand. They help my brand get better. Sometimes we misconceive what the brand is because we see a lot of brands there and we think that's just what they want to be. Brands are out here to please the public, to satisfy the public, so that whatever service or product that are providing, that it actually serves the public. If it's not serving the public, then the brand, if the focus is to make money, it's not going to make money. How you're going to brand yourself is exactly the same way that a business or Zaria Young will attempt to rebrand itself, which is by listening to what the public is saying. Like sometimes we just go on our Insta stories or wherever and ask you guys to ask us anything. What kind of videos would you like to see me create? When we do that, that's us trying to pick your brains out there to see what you're looking for, what you're thinking about. And then we create content around these, or we respond to the questions in order to satisfy you. Because you are a person, you are not a business in this case. What you can do is start with those around you. There is one thing that we usually miss out. We go out in the world. Sometimes we have 2 different personas. Sometimes we are something else out in the world, and sometimes indoors we are something else. We can be two-faced. So I would say the way that you can rebrand yourself, start with the people around you. I'm certain by now there's been people around you telling you for years about something about you that you might need to change. This is something that you don't know, because if you knew and you paid attention to it, you would have identified this thing in step 1 above, which I said identify your insecurities, right? Or the things that you're bad at. These are the things that people will see that you don't see. And sometimes people are telling you about those things and you're not listening. Like, really pay attention. Ask your friends, I want to change my life for the better. In what aspects do you think that I can change? And like, your good friends should be able to tell you. I was watching one of these housewife shows the other day, Housewives of Beverly Hills. I think it was their last episode, and Kyle had invited them into their home, and she was having a conflict with another friend, and there was this new friend that had joined the group, and she literally was like, you all are talking but you're not saying anything. That got to me. Why? Because Kyle was saying ABC and the other one was saying EFGH, and no one was listening to each other. I feel like they knew what to say, but they knew that if they say the truth, that the friend on the other side will be super angry, because they were already angry. And that new friend said, if you all are friends for real, you should be able to say stuff to each other. Facts, truths. You don't say those things because you are saying them to hurt the person. It's to make the friendship better. It's to make them see what they are not seeing. It's to make them understand your own feelings, you know. And I bring that to this video because sometimes when the people around us are saying something about us, especially things that are not good, we take it differently. And of course, the person who is saying it also matters, because if you know it's someone who doesn't wish well of you, of course, who cares? We usually say don't care what people say. I really also don't care what a lot of people say, but if people that are close to me, that I know they love me and want the best for me, if they tell me, hey, this thing you are doing is not right, I'm gonna listen. Ask questions, okay? If you have people out of your circle, you can ask them in your church, in your community, what is it that you think that I can change to be a better person to myself, to you, or the community? And I bet you they're gonna tell you something. And of course, you will use your discernment and your gut to determine which of these things you want to work on. Asking them still doesn't mean that you have to take to everyone's proposal, but at least you have some way to start from. So that's the second one, rebranding yourself by finding out from other people what it is that you can change. And then you're also going to change the things that you want. You're going to ask yourself questions like, how do I want to be perceived as? What do I want people to think of me? What kind of energy am I going to give out there? And if it's been bad energy, what can I do to change? How do I want people to think of me? And I'm not talking about who you think you are or what you say you are. Who you truly are, not what you pretend to be. As human beings, we have a lot of emotions, and it's okay to have all these emotions. If you are a human being and you don't get sad, you don't get happy, you don't get angry, then you are not a human being. You are a stone, you're a robot. As human beings, we are meant to be happy sometimes, sad sometimes, kind sometimes. Sometimes we're gonna be mean. But the negative things should not be what people perceive of us 99% of the time. Because you know what? It's okay to be angry, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be mad, it's okay to be low in energy. You can be a good person and still go through all of these because you are a human being and you are not a robot. But if you're someone who has rage, who has anger, who just gives out a lot of negative energy 99.9% of the time, then that becomes an issue that you have to work with and then rebrand yourself in those areas. Once you've applied these changes for a while, I can tell you that these external people, they're gonna start telling you, yo, what, you're glowing, like what's happening in your life. They will honestly let you know what, you've been up to something, and whatever it is that you're doing, we love to see that. Please continue doing what you are doing. But also remember, there's also going to be people who never give you flowers. Whether you're killing it in this life, they're just people who never give you flowers. You just have to ignore people like that. The next thing that I want you to do is, you remember all those uncomfortable decisions you've been sitting on for a long time? It's time to act on them. You've had a lot of uncomfortable situations that you've been keeping in your heart, and you've been too scared to talk to anybody, to act on it, to do anything about it. It's time to break out lose. If it's been an uncomfortable decision, situation, and you've been sitting on it and it's been killing you and bothering you for years now, what else do you have to lose? Try something else, and something else now means just do the thing. If, for example, you've been wanting to start a business and you've been feeling the popular imposter syndrome, like, oh my god, I'm not enough, what will people think, I don't think I qualify to do this. This is your sign to break off of it. Get out. It's time to go after it. It's time to go big. It's time to change now, because you keep staying there, nobody's gonna come save you from there. You may be too comfortable because you already feel defeated, and you've also told yourself that you can't do it, which is the worst. Sometimes it's even best for someone else to tell you that you can't do it. You can stay back and be like, oh, I tried and they said no. The worst thing is for you to tell yourself you can't do it without even trying. Let this video be your kick in the butt to just do the thing. When you decide to go do the thing, aim for the stars, aim for heaven, because there are chances that you may not be able to do it, chances that you may just do good. Shoot for the stars so that when you achieve good, you will be so proud of yourself. But again, keep at the back of your head that it's better to try and fail than to never try and live in that comfortable zone wondering what if, because the easiest way to fail at it is not do it at all. You're failing just by not doing at all. So why not give it a start? Another way to reinvent, completely change ourselves, is to start considering to do the thing that does not pay us. A lot of us have so many things that we can be doing in our lives, but we are focused only on that thing that is going to pay us right now, that we end up doing anything. So what I have learned is that sometimes you have to go chase the thing that does not pay you and get the thing that will help you get paid later, or get the thing that you can use later to start a business and get people to pay you. This means what? Let's say you just traveled abroad. It's a common phenomenon abroad. When you travel, it doesn't matter whether you have a doctor's degree abroad. Once you land, they start asking you for some Canada experience. So if you were a nurse, you will need to go work at a warehouse before they can even let you start work in nursing, if they would at all. A lot of people will make the mistake of coming and not even finding that warehouse job because they think, oh my god, I can't wait and get a nursing job. Meanwhile, the right thing to do at that moment is to get the warehouse job. Even though it's not in your field, there are things that you're going to learn in this job that Canada will accept, or that a nursing employer will accept. So rather than wait, go take that job, and while you are doing that, you keep looking for what you want to do in nursing. Because the thing is, if you just stay home and say, oh, I'm just looking for a nursing job, yes, you may have it right now, but yes, it may also come 3 years from now. And if you were doing nothing within that 3 years, like, then you lost, right? Especially if you know that there are things that you need that other job to help you with, like, it's your loss. Like, who cares? Nobody cares. That might have to do with finding a job, but it might also just be about volunteering somewhere, using your free time, or when you are working somewhere, doing something extra for your boss, even though you are being underpaid, but knowing that that extra thing that you've offered to help your employer with, that it's that extra thing that you're gonna gain from that work, and then you're gonna go use that to start your own consulting service. I don't know if that makes sense. If it makes sense, say something below. So that's to say, one way to change is to stop looking for the thing that will bring you the coin now. It may be to start looking for the thing that is not bringing you the coin right now, but is bringing you that thing that will help you find the coin later. And maybe that later time will be in your own terms, and you will not have to go sit in someone else's office in order to wait for the money to come. If you are finding value in this video, please be sure to support the channel for free by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment below. Once you've started doing the thing, you need to be able to find your own voice and be authentic doing it. So that's the next thing, your authenticity and finding your own voice. We live in a world where everybody does everything. On YouTube, there's a million YouTubers maybe saying the same thing I am saying. But let me tell you, the way that I'm telling you, where I am telling you is completely different. And someone who watched the same video made by 10 different people, and it will stick just because I'm the one who brought the information to them. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of things, but no matter what you choose to do, you need to be yourself. Be your authentic self and find your own voice. You will still listen to what others have to contribute, but there's gonna be a time where you are gonna know what exactly you want for your brand, how unique you want it, the audience you're looking for, and for your personal self too. Once you've determined the things that truly matter to you and bring you joy, there's gonna come a time where everything else is gonna be noise. Not saying that once you've changed that you can never change. There's a level of healing that is gonna come, and there is a point where you're gonna be contented with yourself, that everything else is really truly going to be nice. This will be the time where you will only focus on what you want to be and not what they want you to be. It might be your dad saying, hey, you have to go be a doctor, meanwhile you want to be an engineer. It may be now when someone wants you to get married now, meanwhile you want to wait and heal yourself first. It is very important to be authentic and find your own voice, because that's the only way change comes. If you keep letting the world decide what you become, when you become, how you become, you are always going to be miserable. So a good change is to start owning your own voice and becoming your authentic self. This means if you hang out with people and you truly doesn't love to drink alcohol, even if they're standing on the rooftops and cheering you to drink alcohol, you have to stand on your business and say, hey, I don't like doing this and I will not do it. And one thing I've learned is that adults are capable of being disappointed. Okay, there's a lot of things that you're going to do in this life that will disappoint people. Let them be disappointed. They are adults and they can handle it. Okay, so another way to reinvent is to really take simple steps. A lot of us are not changing because, for example, you're ready to buy a house and you are looking at that $1 million house right now, knowing fully well that you earn only $10,000. That is not feasible. However, you can take baby steps with everything. Set very short goals within shorter periods so that long-term these are going to build up. And for buying a house, your short-term goal right now may just be to save $1,000 every month, so that by the end of the year you will have 12,000. In 5 years you will have about 60,000, and that may be or may not be good enough down payment for you for a home. But if you're just sitting here and you're not taking the tiny little steps and you're just looking too far ahead into success, that's how we get stuck. So you need to consider what is the next simple feasible step that I can take right now and start working on that. Don't worry too much about step 2 or step 3 or the house itself. Just worry now about saving that little amount of money that you can save now anyway. The goal is to find ways to achieve short-term success, and in the long run these are going to build up in such a way that you can put everything together and then do the big thing. So talking about Simple to Me, they sent me this bag, guys, to show you guys, because they are reinventing the way that we travel, right? Today we are talking about reinventing ourselves. Things like traveling. Sometimes we find traveling so hard because we travel with a lot of things. Sometimes we have our children and sometimes we forget passports at home. But a simple bag like this is gonna help transform your travel. It comes with 2 pockets here where you can put in your water bottle, your coffee, and it has their logo here. It will take any size of cup, and if it's too small you can fasten it, tighten it a little more, so you can travel with your hands free, right? And you can simply place these on top of your luggage and push it around. This bag can be used as a beverage holder for luggage and can hold 2 cups. There is a part here where you can insert whatever documents that you choose. Your electronics can fit in there. Your boarding ticket, your power banks, your passport will fit right in there. External drives, these can fit in there. There is another part here which is transparent, and you can literally fit in something, anything, an iPad or tablet. You can fit in your electronics here, tablet, and still watch or use it while you travel. And it's touchscreen, so if your device is touchscreen, you don't have to take it out in order to change things on the screen. You can just swipe your fingers around. It has some 2 bags here, so that's 1 extra bag where you can put your credit card, the tiny little document, and there is another one here. This strap is so long so that if you put it over your head like this, your hands are going to be free so that you can kindly or nicely show your passport to the travel agents and travel hands free. So basically it has 2 bottle pockets, 2 zipper pockets, and 2 small tiny pockets. So Simple to Me has provided me with a link to give you guys, and I'm going to put this link in the description box below. If you would like to get one for yourself and reinvent the way that you travel, click on the link and you will get 20% off. So thank you again, Simple to Me, for taking care of me and my followers. Another thing that may be limiting us from being different, changing, becoming better, creating a new self, it might be the environment that you are in. If you know truly well that where you are at is limiting your chances of improving your life, maybe it's time to leave. So my next step will be to leave if you have to. Leave whatever it is. Leave if there is a situation that is holding you back and you can only get better by leaving that situation, then leave that situation. A lot of us live in places where things are not happening, and that's why a lot of people, especially content creators, they move to New York a lot because New York is where things boom, right? Like businesses, a lot of things happen in New York. So a lot of YouTubers, even from Canada, like they relocate to the USA like that, because they know if they go there, they get better brand deals, whether it's travel deals or just sponsorships. They are obviously better in the US. So leave if you have to, so that you can accomplish the thing where it is easier to accomplish. Another way to recreate yourself is to find ways to become an attractive person. I made a video on my channel on how to be attractive, and I'm going to link it here and at the end of the video. Watch it. I've met people who have changed and influenced my life positively just because of the kind of energy that I brought to the table. Sometimes you meet people at Walmart, at the beach, at someone else's birthday party, and these people end up changing your life. So I'll just encourage you to watch that video on how to become an attractive person. I dig deeper into what you can do in that area so that you can attract the people that can push you to be your better self. And I say so because a lot of us have family who really are not rooting for us. A lot of us have friends who really are not rooting for us. So why not? There are a billion people in the universe, and there are some friends that you'll meet that will be more than your family. Trust me. Just watch that video, guys. That's what I have to say in that area. Once you've done all these things, you've asked people, you've changed, you've started doing the things that you really need to do, and you're really beginning to vibe, you have to become the main character in your life. Don't be a pushover. You need to set your boundaries so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. People don't know what is important to you. People don't know your goals. People don't know where you're headed at. And everybody's life is different. People have different intentions for themselves, for their generations to come, and you have different intentions. You can't go about trying to mingle in their affairs and let them mingle in your affairs. Once you start focusing and making changes, Stop being a pushover. You gotta be your confident self. Act like you know what you're doing, which I know that you do know what you are doing. And remember, this change is for you. It's not for everyone else. And like I said, once you get on this journey, a lot of people will be disappointed because the version of you that they think they know is different from the version of you that God designed you to be. So step into your power, start reinventing, start changing, start creating yourself, because only you can bring yourself the best. Only you can do what's best for you. Only you understand what is best for you. So let the outside noise be. Let them speak, let them talk, let them gossip. That should be none of your business. Just focus on what your intentions are moving forward. And I really do wish you the best in your reinvention, recreation, rebranding journey, because I can guarantee you the only thing that awaits at the end of this journey is a better life. And hopefully some joy and happiness, and why not some success. Okay, so this is all I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope that you found value in the video. Please be sure to support the channel for free by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment below. Please make sure that you watch all these other videos on the screen, and do not forget to come back. The next video is loading. Thank you so much again, and see you in my next video.